Amy, and today I wanted to do a process video using this new die by Eileen Hull. It's the Pocket Notebook, and using a chipboard for the cover. This die, you might have seen my tutorial last week. I used it to to cut acetate to do a shaker cover for a planner. Today, I wanted to go ahead and use the chipboard. This die is also designed to cut mat board, and what I mean by that is, and take a look at this chipboard. This is, black chipboard, and it's really thick. It's thick cardboard kind of paper. For anybody who's not familiar, a lot of craft artists have certainly worked with chipboard in die cutting before. But what's special about this die and cutting chipboard is it does. This is the spine of the pocket notebook, and what's cool about this die is how it scores the spine of the chipboard, so you actually get some flexibility out of something that's really hard and stiff. And to show you what I mean, here is the cover, kind of like just straight being cut with no manipulation. But after it's cut, you get this flat piece, and then you can kind of, I'm going to show this close here, you can easily sort of bend along the score lines of this die to get the flexibility you need to make a spine, while also having the stability of being able to cut really thick chipboard. And that's what makes these dies super duper cool. So yeah, and of course you can cut other materials like acetate, but I wanted to come back and do a more traditional pocket notebook cover with the black chipboard. You could use mat board, regular chipboard, any sort of thicker materials you want, and then get this nice scoring so that you can manipulate your spine. So let me give you some die measurements. I'll put this aside for a second, and then we'll assemble the cover. This is, let me show you the information first. This is die 663638, and this is coming out in the United States this week. So it's awesome. You'll be able to purchase this on any of the nice die sellers, probably Amazon, eBay, and the stores, the online retailers. And this is what, the information on the back. And I'll pull the die open and show you a little bit more closely the measurements and what it cuts, so you can get an overview of the die itself. And then, like I said, we'll assemble the cover. So yeah, so this might be hard to see, and I'll try to, see if you're getting a good view there. But this right here is, it cuts a cover page, and you need 2 of these for your, your average pocket notebook. And then this over here is designed to cut an insert, so you get both components on the die, which is really cool. And my thing that I just fell in love with is this cute little pen loop that it cuts, and you set eyelets in those little holes. Not pen loop, I keep calling it a pen loop. It is a closure for your traveler's notebook, and you put eyelets in here, and you can string this through your elastic for your binding. And then this is the cute little pen loop. I like the little pen loop. I think it's adorable, but I love this little closure. And I'm loving the die. And then to give you measurements, the cover is approximately, let's see here, 6.75 tall, and well, approximately 5 1/4 wide. And then the insert is approximately, like about 6 1/4 tall, and let's see the width, about 4 1/4. And I should point out, there is no cutting blade here on the insert side, so it's just going to cut this, and that's because you're going to want to double up your paper and cut it, and then you'll have, like a spine down the center just to, layer your pages up to make a multi-page insert. And then I'll measure these guys for you too. A cute little closure is approximately 2.75 inches wide. I'm in America, so I'm using inches. Sorry about that. And then the pen loop is about 2.5 inches wide. So yeah, it's a super cool die. I have been having a lot of fun working with it. So you know, we'll assemble the cover today. I'll show you what I have here. I have cut using my die two cover pieces, because these need to be adhered together to make one cover. And the black chipboard, you can use any material you want. And then I cut 4 pieces that I'm going to use to cover the front, back, and inside front and back covers of my chipboard. I also have here a one of these little sponges, because I'm going to adhere the paper to this chipboard using some Mod Podge. I have some red line tape. This is the 1/4 inch side. I'm gonna use that to adhere my front and back covers together. And then I have like little decorative elements here that I'm thinking of using in my on my planner cover. So let me show you what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking that I am going to have that this is going to become like a little decorative element down the side. So this is the cover, and then I am going to have maybe a couple of different journaling cards on my cover here once I finish it up. And I am thinking of possibly decorating one of my journaling cards with this cute little pink sparkly cobweb, because I think that's super cute, and when you introduce a little pastel-wing kind of concepts in there. I generally like doing cutesy stuff, so I use lots of pink and lots of cutesy. And then I made this little mask using the paper collection, this is Crepe Paper Hey Pumpkin paper collection, and the new Tim Holtz mask die, which I thought was really cool. He came out with the die that makes masks in different sizes. So I made a little shaker mask, and I'm thinking that that would look really cute on my cover. And then I already cut my cute little pen loop, and I cut my adorable little closure and set my eyelets in it in gold. And then let me show you the material I used for that. I'm just cleaning up here, this amazing material. This is from Hobby Lobby, and I love this stuff. And this is like a holographic pleather that you can get from Hobby Lobby, and I just thought this was really pretty. Overall, in person it has like a pink sort of overtone, but as you can see, it definitely has the holographic effect, and I thought that would go well with the collection and be cool and funky for Halloween. Okay, so to get down to assembling the covers and how I do it, I basically have decided that I'm not going to cover my spine. I'm just going to leave it the black chipboard, but I do want to kind of decorate the cover itself. So what I did was I cut my paper approximately, let's see, I think I cut it 4 1/4 by, since this is, the die itself is about just a little over, just a little over 4 inches. So I cut a sheet of paper, designer paper, 4 1/4 by, and the die itself is about 6.75 inches tall, so I did 4 1/4 by 7 tall. And then what I did was, and this is important to note, I lined those 2 sheets up, slightly over my spine here. Let me bring this up so you can see it. So at 4 1/4 it ran slightly. Let me see, this one's this way. This way. It was slightly over the spine, and it went slightly over this edge, and then it went slightly over the top and bottom cuts as well. And then what I do is I cut 2 sheets with those dimensions, and I lay one face up, one face down, and you need to do that. Because when you remove your paper from the die, that will help you align it to your front and back covers. So as you can see, the covers have a sort of a curved edge here, and so one curved edge needs to go this way, so you can see that and one curved edge needs to go that way, and they both need to be going up and down in the same direction. And so when I adhere these together and I adhere the paper to my covers, everybody's going to be going in the right direction in the print. We don't have any upside down Frankensteins or pumpkins or ghosts or anything like that. So that's important. Now the inside front cover, I did the same thing, but it's not as important because, as you can see, this pattern doesn't really have a strong orientation that it's going to matter if it gets kind of screwed up. But I still had to do I still had to cut one face up, one face down, so that it will line the interior of my cover properly, you know, with kind of those rounded corners. Now that's how I tend to work with my scoreboard dies, because I just like it that way. I think it's a cleaner look, but everybody has their preference, and you could certainly you could cut, you know, your full deco paper to cover your front and back spines if that's what you like. But yeah, so you know, whatever works, and just be mindful when you're cutting of orientation so that you get what you want. Worst case scenario, if you cut something in the wrong direction, you'll just have to cut it again, right? And I've definitely had days when I've, you know, projects where I've had to do that, sometimes multiple times. So now that I have, like, I think it helps, you know, when you're working with the front and back cover to sort of line everything up like this. And then I'm just going to take, like I said, I take some Mod Podge, and I just have my little spongy here. My cheap, you know, inexpensive spongy brush that you can pick up at the craft stores. And I'm just going to adhere a little of that to the back of my deco paper to stick it to my cover. And you can use different medium, whatever, you know, works for you. I also like Scott Quick Dry adhesive a whole lot, and work with that frequently. But Mod Podge works too. And you know, you just want to kind of get a good coverage on your paper, but not too much to warp it. And you know, get it stuck down. So here we go. I think I'm just about done with this one. And get my corners, get my edges, and yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do this and get you stuck down there. Just kind of line everything up. You know, using your cover here and your paper to guide the placement of the deco paper. And if everything isn't perfect, then you'll just sand down the edges a little bit. Life isn't perfect, and I am totally fine with imperfections in my work. It doesn't bother me at all. The other thing I do is I tend to use my, I forget what this thing's called. It's a speed ball. It's a roller, like a little rolling pin, to, you know, just flatten everything out. And, you know, and then we have one kind of ready to go. And I think it looks cute. And it looks like, you know, I'll have to do a little bit of sanding here on the edge, but not too much. And I think that looks really, really cute. Cute little paper. The other thing I did to prepare my paper for covering my little pocket notebook here was to edge it with black soot distress ink. Thought that would look nice for Halloween. So yeah, so now that that one's done, we'll go ahead and we'll do the other cover. And get some, you know, we'll get the Mod Podge on there again. Yeah, I'm super excited. I love working with scoreboard dies because I love how they cut the chipboard. They cut, you know, they do the scoring and they give you that flexibility. I think that's really awesome, so that you can use, you know, the thicker materials in your projects, and thicker, stiffer materials, and get that flexibility that you need. And I think somebody asked me, because I did the process video last week with the shaker cover, somebody asked me kind of like, what's the difference between this die and Eileen Hull Notebook die that came out, you know, earlier this year? And it's size, you know, it's size, and it's the spine is a big difference. This pocket notebook die cuts a much larger spine. So, you know, and certainly the other differences are you get the the pen loop cut and the closure cut on this die are super awesome, and you know that's a difference too. So yeah, you just want to get this lined up as best you can. I'm kind of like not digging that too much because it's kind of, in my opinion, just a little too off on the bottom edge. So let me see if I can do a better job of lining this up and kind of then sticking it down with my roller here. Yeah, and then we got that down. Very cute. And we'll go ahead and we'll adhere the ooh, it's a little loose right here, so I'm gonna do a little bit more glue to get it down, and then kind of roll it out again. Yeah. See if there's any place else that's a little loose where I want to kind of do a touch up. Here, can use a little touch up. And let's see, this one. This looks pretty good, actually. I think I got this one good. Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of move on. I'm going to wipe this down with a paper towel just to make sure there's no glue. Or if there is any glue, you know, I wipe it up and don't get it on my nice pretty front cover. Yeah, it's just a precautionary measure. So like I said, on my inside front covers, I don't have to worry so much about things going up in the right direction. With this particular pattern I chose, you can choose whatever pattern works for you, but certainly patterns that don't have a strong orientation are slightly easier to work with. Let me put this down as well. Oops, usually I prefer putting it on the paper, so let me do that. Yeah, I have been working. I wonder if, you know, how everybody, what you're all working on for the holidays this year. I've been doing a few things Halloween here and there, and it will be, you know, today is October 1, so this is, you know, really the countdown to Halloween, and this is a fun month. And I really enjoy the month of October, as I'm sure many people do. And then, you know, I will shift soon, though, to kind of get, you know, start on my Christmas crafting. And I'm excited for all the products that are released for Christmas. I think it was earlier today, Tim Holtz did a live demo of some of his new products, and I thought they were super cute. And there's some other new products I like as well. So yeah, so I got that, you know, my inside cover done there, and then we get wipe up again, and we'll get this inside cover down. And the other thing I do at Halloween is my boyfriend lives on one of the most trick-or-treated streets in America. It's called Thompson Street in Bordentown City, New Jersey. And most years, almost every year for 20 years, Thompson Street has just gone all out for Halloween, and the street picks a theme, and the entire neighborhood decorates to the theme, or almost the entire neighborhood. Pretty much everybody participates, and they get thousands of trick-or-treaters on this small street, almost relatively small, quiet street in a historic Bordentown City, New Jersey, and it is super fun. This year, the street is resting for Halloween. It is a lot of work, and so not everybody's decorating, and there's no theme. So, you know, my boyfriend and I talked it over, and I think we're going to decorate with a Beauty and Beast theme this year, which will be a lot of fun. But the street is not officially, you know, doing a theme, and they're resting this year. So we'll see, you know, if next year start again. but it is always a lot of fun to do that. Last year it was a witch theme. I think it was storybook witches, and we had a lot of fun decorating using the witch theme. So yeah, okay, so there we go. I got my other inside cover down. This is going to be a really cute little journal, I think. And certainly I can capture some of my photos from decorating the house with the Beauty and Beast theme, and that will be a lot of fun. And if you want, I usually post, you know, what we're up to with that on Instagram. So you're always welcome to follow me there, as well as, you know, my creative work. And I'm on Instagram. I think I'm Amy M. Franco. I think I use my middle initial, and I don't use, you know, it's my personal Instagram, and I don't use my Teddy Boo. I use Amy M. Franco on Instagram. Okay, so there we go. We got, you know, front and back covers on, right? And it's looking good. Love this paper. It's really cute and whimsical. So now we just got to get these adhered together. And if you saw my last video, let me close up my Mod Podge here first. Let's get that closed up. Get dried up. And we just want to get these adhered together. So I love red line tape. I'm a big red line tape fan, so I'm going to use that. The 1/4" red line. Here's the deal with this die. At this point, you know, you have a choice. The die is designed with sort of like a variable width spine to suit what you would like to do. So it's designed, if you go with the die design, you would have a spine approximately this width, which is the full width of the die, and it's almost just slightly under 2 inches of a spine. If you want a tighter spine, you can totally do that. You can notch it in one more, and you can get a that's about approximately 1.5 inch spine, or you can, sorry for the noise, or you can notch it in fully, and then your spine is going to be about slightly over 1 inch. If you want a thinner spine, the only thing is you're going to have to recut that hole, and you're going to have to trim anything that isn't kind of working for you. No big deal. That's easy, really easy to do. But I like the big wide spine, so I'm going to do it with the full spine. And yeah, and I'm just going to adhere this red line tape to my chipboard. And I tend to do it really tight to the edge. And let me get my scissor. Grab my scissor here. And I'll cut that down. And I'll trim this a little bit more. And then you just kind of need to do this. Make sure your stuff's really stuck down. Now there is a little opportunity if you wanted to take, this is like, I think 1/8 of an inch this is, or yeah, let me just measure this. I think this is 1/8 and this is 1/4. Hold on a sec. Let me just make sure I'm giving the correct information. Yeah, this is 1/4. The thicker one's 1/4. This one's 1/8. So there is a little bit. Is this about 1/8 of an inch here? Let me see. Yeah, it is. So if you want to, like, you know, put another strip of the 1/8 of the inch, you can do that too. To fill in like this little gap over here. Since this is about 1/8 of an inch wide spine piece here. I'm going to put that down too. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. And let's cut that. Okay. Now we just need some sort of a pokey tool, because the only thing with red line tape and a lot of scoring type of tapes is you gotta get them started. Oops, I don't have the one I want. I need the real sharp one. Here we go. And you get some of the pokey edge to get your tape started. And if you're like me, sometimes I pull the tape completely off. But some people are smarter than me, and they kind of start it and pull it off to the side and pull it down as they go, which gives them a little bit more flexibility. I'll show you here. I'll zoom in so you can see better. It gives a little bit more flexibility for lining things up as you go, as opposed to having to get everything right from Jump Street if you pull it all off at once. So then you can just kind of pull, you know, adhere and pull as you go. And here we go. And that. There we go. And now that is adhered, and that is looking good. And we kind of just play with our bendy spine, courtesy of Eileen Hull, doing a very brilliant design with a scoreboard die. And there we go. How cute is that? How super cute is that? Zoom back out. How cute! I love it. Oops. Love it, love it, love it. That's adorable. And that's what your spine looks like. And it looks like seeing a little tape there. So I might go kind of with my finger to tone that down. Make sure I rub anything off that's exposed. Looks better. I think that came out great. And then the only thing is now that I put tape through that hole, I have to go back and poke it through again. You know, because this is the hole where you're going to put your elastic closing cord. So I use my Crocodile Big Bite for that. On a 1/8 inch size. And I just kind of line it up and poke through that hole again, you know, just to poke through. I'm not really poking a hole so much as just poking through the adhesive I just laid down over the hole. Yeah, I think that came out really, really cute. So I will, you know, finish making my journal here and probably come back for a process video or project share video for the entire little Halloween pocket journal, pocket notebook. How cute is that? Love it, love it, love it. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and yeah, I always say this is Die as a winner, and if you are into journaling and crafting, you know, you probably want to pick this one up. Have a good night. Bye.